We're all socially isolated now. We've split from our families, we've moved away, we work in remote situations, and our villages are our village connections have gone. So when something bad happens, in general, only a small number of people know about it. I mean, how many times do you find that a neighbour dies, unless you actually see the hearse coming around there and picking him up, you probably mightn't find out for a week or two unless you read it in the paper. And so that leaves the people who are bereaved in a really perilous position because they've got very little support. Yes, you might get the odd phone call or cup of tea or something, but you have to reintegrate back into society because that loved one who's been extracted has left you vulnerable because you're on your own now. So things like going to the golf club become hard because you've got to face up to the fact that your spouse has died, and people will know and talk about it, and they may even avoid you around the bar because it's all too difficult to discuss. And that's where things like the men's shed are so valuable because they replace the church, which was your support a couple of 100 years ago. And your GP can be a support and they can put you through to social work and so forth, but they're all professional networks. And the best thing is really having them yarn over the back fence or going down to the men's shed, getting into constructing a boat or a table or a chair or something like that to take your mind off it, give you something else to do, and then you can sit down and have a cup of tea. And sure enough, you'll find there are other men there the same thing has happened to, either months or years before, and discussing a problem is a problem half solved. I'd say that the dangerous things are, please don't get into sleeping tablets, because one of the things with bereavement, you cry a lot and you don't sleep. Well, it's actually natural not to sleep. It comes back in the end. If you want to take something gentle, like chamomile tea or something, then that's absolutely fine. But really beware of sleeping tablets. And we say to the doctors, think really hard before you give any recently bereaved person sleeping tablets because they work. They work well. They get you off to sleep. They give you night's sleep. But of course then within a couple of weeks you're asking for more and more. And this is what used to happen in the olden days with barbiturates. People would get hooked on them, and then in the end they were hopelessly addicted to them and often would die of an overdose. So just think about the social supports rather than the medical ones.